Welcome back, my long life yogis. I am so proud of you for reaching the final practice in this Root Chakra series. You are practicing self-love. You are doing what it takes to have a long, fruitful, meaningful, healthy life. We are here in Buffalo, New York's History Museum. It's absolutely gorgeous, and I am just so grateful to be in my hometown in this beautiful space. In this last video, we will explore what it means to have an open root chakra and how to get it back into balance. So we know the root chakra is our basic desire for survival, safety, and security. When it is too open, it manifests itself by feeling stuck. That survival instinct that gives you the drive to live slows down and creates uncertainty and doubt. Or we feel so secure that we start to get real comfortable where we're at. That can also slow us down. When this happens, we start to question our purpose. We start things but don't necessarily finish them because we feel like we have plenty of time or because we're not sure how much it really matters. So we can even feel despair. Often this is caused by unprocessed trauma, and we can notice it if we are experiencing oversleeping or overeating, weight gain, or constipation. Again, you may be experiencing all, a few, or none of these symptoms. But regardless, we practice self-awareness and examine these symptoms in our root chakra as regular maintenance. If these feelings don't really apply to you, great. That means you have a healthy root chakra and can move on to examine the next chakra. But if any of these do apply to you, then we can counteract this energy, this sluggishness, through the following sequences of poses, asanas, that are designed to energize, enliven you, waken you up, shake up all that energy. So for today's practice, we're going to use a yoga ball. What can be more fun and more enlivening than a yoga ball? So this is great for joint pain and to assist you in more challenging poses. Anytime we use a prop, it is to make poses either easier or harder. So it just intensifies it in one way or the other, which we will feel today. So however, please listen to your body throughout this practice and respect your body's limits. There should be no pinching or pain. This is an all levels practice. So if there is a pose that you need to skip, show yourself some grace and know that you will achieve it next time. But for now, let's get started with Yoga Ball Root Chakra. All right, let's get started. We've got our yoga ball and we know that this is a lot of fun, but there's gonna be some silliness that happens with it too. Sometimes I tip off the ball or it rolls away, and so we're just gonna show ourselves a good time and sort of laugh about it. If the ball rolls away, we're just gonna remember, get back on the ball and just keep bouncing. So we'll start seated in the center of our ball. Knees are bent at a 90-degree angle, and we're just enjoying the rhythm of bouncing up and down. So we'll add in some breathing, some of our pranayama breath work, and some arm sweeps. So we'll inhale, sweeping the arms up to the count of 3 bounces. We're gonna let this be our pulse or our metronome. So inhale, 2, 3, up. Exhale, 2, 3, down. Inhale, 2, 3, up. Exhale, 2, 3, down. Inhale, 2, 3, up. Exhale, 2, 3, down. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Beautiful. Now as you continue this breathing, it's going to be less about counting and more about just feeling the experience. Allow the weightlessness of the ball to send all of that energy throughout your entire body, waking up your root chakra, really massaging the tailbone here, feeling the weight on the tailbone at the base of your spine, and then the relief as you rise. We'll do this 2 more times. So we will inhale, exhale, last one, inhale, and exhale, beautiful. Hands come down to our hips and we return to stillness. From here, we're gonna plant our feet in front of us a little bit and we're gonna rock front to back. So as we're rolling along the ball, we're really experiencing a lot of awakening through the root chakra again. So warming up the hip space, feeling our sits bones both evenly planted into the ball, even giving ourselves a little lower back massage, choosing our own intensity. So the farther you're gonna roll forward and backwards, the more you're just going to wake up the hips. We'll return to stillness here and do some hip rolls. So big circles all the way around, really exploring the limits of the ball here. We'll return to our breathing and do 3 more circles around. 2. Last one, and then we'll switch directions, going in the other way. Last one around. We return to stillness. Beautiful. Widen your stance of your feet. Hands come to our knees and we're gonna rock side to side. Now you can add a little bounce here if you want to make it a little bit more fun. Straightening one knee and bending the other. As we open up our knees a little bit wider here, we're experiencing that external hip rotation on both sides, getting deeper into those hip sides. We'll bounce for just 1 more cleansing breath and enjoy stillness in the center. Beautiful. We'll add in some side stretches here. So let's keep the left knee bent and extend the right leg out. Right hand will glide down right leg, left arm sweeps all the way up and over. Wow, that feels amazing. Really opening up the chest, rotating it up to the sky, tucking that left shoulder behind the left ear, looking up only if it's comfortable. Really pushing down into that left hip, experiencing the stretch through the rib cage and the entire side body. We'll hold here for 2 breaths. Last inhale. On the exhale, we sweep to rise. We'll do that on the other side. Plant the right foot down this time with a bent knee. Left leg extends out to the side. Left hand goes down, left leg, right arm sweeps all the way up and over. Wow. Really reaching through the fingertips to enjoy a nice deep stretch here, as well as the inner groin on the left side. We'll hold here for 2 more breaths. Last inhale. On the exhale, we sweep the right arm up and return both feet bent and wide. Hands on our knees. We'll roll our torso forward. The ball is going to roll onto our pubic bone here and we'll lower each shoulder. So first we lower the right shoulder down for a nice spinal twist. On the inhales, we think of lengthening. On the exhales, we think of twisting deeper into the pose. Being mindful that this twist is for the low and mid back. We'll hold for 1 more deep breath in. On the exhale, we'll rise to center. Do that on the other side. This time dropping the left shoulder down. Twisting through the spine. Holding for 2 breaths. Deep inhale. And exhale. slowly return back to center. Great. Slide the hands from the knees down to the ankles. We'll do a forward fold in our happy baby. So in this position, we round the back, allow our head to be a heavy anchor, pulling us deeper into the pose, and getting a nice stretch through the root chakra and the hip space. If you'd like to intensify this, we can add in some ankle stretches here. So we roll onto our tips of our toes, lifting our heels off the ground, and then rocking onto our heels and lifting our toes off the ground. We'll do that 3 more times. Inhale to toes, exhale to heels. Inhale to toes, exhale to heels. Last one, inhale to toes, exhale to the heels, and we'll slowly rise up. Beautiful. We'll do a couple more bouncing here just to loosen up the hip space after those deep stretches. We'll add in the arm sweeps and do 3 breaths. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. Last one's our best one. Inhale up, reach to the heavens. Exhale down. Beautiful. We'll bring our feet to the front of us, hip width distance apart, and we'll add in a seated pigeon pose. So we'll cross. This takes a little bit of balance, so make sure that we're planting our feet down. We'll cross the left ankle over the right knee. From here, if this is deep enough of a stretch, because we're also working on balance here too, so whenever we're working on balance, we're tightening up the core and thinking about pushing everything into the midline so that we are a straight pole. It takes a lot of mental focus. So if this is enough, you can keep your hands at your heart center and just stay here, allowing that left knee to be heavy and opening up to the side. But if you'd like to intensify, you can add a forward fold and bow down. Wherever you are today, know that next time you will do more. We'll hold here for 3 breaths. Last inhale. And on the exhale, we rise. Woo, and uncross. Beautiful. Let's do that on the other side. So left foot is planted, working on our balance. We cross the right ankle over the left knee. Allow that knee to be heavy and relax down. Choose where you're going to rest, either hands at the heart center, seated straight up, or we'll add in that bow. Forward fold. I can feel already there's a little bit of a difference here for me on the left side versus the right side, which is totally normal. I feel that I'm not really bowing as much on this side, and that's okay. So we're just going to follow our body's limits. This is definitely enough for me right now. We'll hold for 1 more deep breath in. And on the exhale, we'll slowly rise, uncrossing the leg. Beautiful job. From here, we'll go into our warrior sequence. So we will have the right toes pointed out to the right side, and it's going to be facing perpendicular to the mat. The left leg is going to be straight and long with the toes facing the front edge of the mat. This is an example where the yoga ball makes this pose easier because we're allowed to rest our hips down. So in this pose, we'll have our knee bent, and the goal is to have the right knee directly over the right ankle. We'll have our arms extended out parallel to the ground, and we will gaze over the right fingertips. Hugging in the lower abdominals, we're going to hold this pose for 3 breaths. Squeezing into the right glute to open up that knee. We'll hold here. Last inhale. On the exhale, flip the right palm face up and we'll reverse the warrior. Left hand goes down left leg and right arm reaches up and over for a side body stretch. The upper body is experiencing a stretch and the lower body has our strength. We'll hold here for one more deep inhale. And on the exhale, we rise back to warrior two. Extended side angle, we bring the right forearm to the right knee. And the left arm reaches up and over. Straight line from the left toes to the left fingers. Strong and steady in the legs. Keeping the ball still, we work on our balance here. We'll hold for one more breath in. And on the exhale, we return to warrior two. Beautiful. Let's do that sequence on the other side. So this time we're going to have the left toes pointed out to the side, perpendicular to the mat. Right leg is straight and fully extended with toes facing forward. Arms rise, parallel to the ground, and we breathe, squeezing through the legs, activating the entire body here. Full body exercise. We'll hold for two more breaths. Last inhale. On the exhale, left hand palm face up, reverse warrior. Right arm down, left arm up. Squeezing through the legs, hugging in the lower abdominals, holding the pose. Two more breaths. Last inhale. Exhale, we rise, warrior two. Extended side angle, left forearm goes to left knee, right arm reaches all the way up and over. Really feeling that stretch down through the right ribs and down into that right hip. Holding the ball still. We hold for two more breaths. Last inhale. Exhale, we rise, warrior two. Beautiful. We'll bring our focus to the center of the ball, bringing our feet to the corners of the mat. We're going to lower our hips down to a yogi squat with our hands on the ball behind us. Even right here, this is a very nice deep stretch. So we're getting our hips really low, getting that root chakra as close to the ground as possible. With our hands on the ball behind us, fingertips down, we're also experiencing a nice stretch through the front of our shoulder. That's our anterior deltoids. So we'll hold this here for two breaths. Last inhale. On the exhale, we will roll onto our back, roll our back onto the ball for wheel pose. So extending the legs, rolling the ball back, and reaching the arms up overhead. Wheel pose. Now this is an example where the ball allows us to do a very difficult pose and it makes it a little bit easier. Wheel pose is very challenging for a back bend, but with the ball here as our assist, it's actually quite comforting. So this nice deep back bend here allows our hips to be the highest point, really offering a lot of relief to the lower back through the lumbar spine. The legs are fully extended. You can choose the distance of your feet. I like to sort of heel toe my heels a little closer together. And once again, we're working on balance as well as stretch. Since this is such a deep pose, I like to hold it a little bit longer. So we'll hold here for 4 breaths. Last inhale. And on the exhale, we'll bend into the knees to roll back to the squat. Our hands are going to come down onto the ball. And from here, we'll do a bridge pose. So we'll thrust our hips up, and we'll do that 3 times. So we rest our head and our neck on the ball, as this is for our lower body, and relaxing the upper body. The feet are planted hip width distance apart, and we're going to curl the tailbone up, squeezing the glutes, rising the hips as high as we can, and lowering it back down. 2 more. Inhale, up and squeeze. Exhale, down. Last one. Inhale, up and squeeze through the glutes, strong hamstrings. Keeping our knees directly over our ankles, avoiding the tendency to open the knees out to the side. And exhale, releasing all the way back down. One final wheel pose here. Arms reach up overhead, straighten the legs. Finding that wheel pose once more. Such relief to the back here. We'll hold for 3 more breaths. Really waking up that root chakra. This is a pose we probably haven't been in a long time. We'll hold here 1 more breath in. On the exhale, bend into the knees to come out. Beautiful. Hands come down to our side, and we're going to go into tabletop pose from here. Okay, from here we're going to move to tabletop pose. So keep the ball right where it is and walk behind it. We'll get down on all 4s. So we want our knees directly underneath our hips, and we want our wrists directly underneath our shoulders. We'll start here with a shoulder and pectoral stretch. So we'll bring the ball all the way out to the right. The hand will be on the top of the ball, and we will lower our chest down to the ground. Now you choose your intensity here. With your arm fully extended, that might be enough. Or just a half push-up, lowering and bending the elbow. You might be able to come down to your forearms or resting your head all the way down on the mat. You can play with the distance of the ball here. As I roll it front and back, I really feel the stretch changing throughout the pectoral here. Beautiful stretch through the chest. We'll hold here for 2 more breaths. Last inhale, and on the exhale we rise, rolling the ball to the front of us. We'll now have the right hand still on the top of the ball and lowering back down, choosing your intensity once more. We'll notice that the stretch moves from the pectoral to the shoulder blade. Nice stretch here through the upper back and in through the right shoulder. We'll hold here for 2 more breaths. Last inhale. On the exhale, we'll rise, and we'll do that on the other side. So switching the ball into the left hand, we lower down. Shoulder stretch, holding for 3 breaths. Last inhale. On the exhale, we rise and roll the ball over to the left. Pectoral stretch, we lower down. Rocking the ball front to back, finding where it feels good. If you find a spot where it really is just enjoyable, hold it there. 3 breaths. Last inhale, and on the exhale we rise, bringing the ball to center. Beautiful. From here we'll do a child's pose, bringing our knees wide to the edges of the mat and rolling our spine along the ball, resting our arms down. Child's pose is a position of self-reflection. You can enjoy this position in stillness or bouncing or a sway side to side. Go ahead and give yourself a compliment and rest for 3 breaths. Last inhale. On the exhale, we will rise. Hands come beneath our shoulders and we'll go into our first low lunge. Left foot is going to take a giant step to the top of the mat. And we're going to have the left knee hugged in towards the ball. Our arms come down to the ball as well. Now we want to make sure that that back right knee is extended behind us a little bit. So this is really allowing some space for our hips to drop and using the ball just as a support to get deeper into the pose. This is stretching out the front of the right hip, that psoas muscle. Holding here for 2 breaths. Last inhale. On the exhale, we'll plant the right hand down on the side of the ball. We'll untuck the back right toes and straighten that leg, lifting the knee up off of the ground for our runner's lunge. And left hand is going to rise for the easy twist. Holding here for 1 more deep breath in. On the exhale, the left hand comes down. Drop the back right knee, untuck the toes. Push the ball away from you and straighten out that left leg for our half splits. In half splits, the stretch moves to the back of the left leg. The left toes are relaxed. We're getting our torso as close to that left thigh as possible. Arms are extended all the way out, rolling the ball away from us. Our head is allowed to dangle between the biceps here. We'll hold for 2 breaths. Last inhale. On the exhale, we rise, rolling the ball towards us again, and we'll do that on the other side, bringing the left leg back. We'll lunge all the way forward with the right foot, giving our hips some space to sink. We'll rest our torso on the ball and stretch to the front of the left hip. Holding here for 2 breaths. Last inhale. On the exhale, the left hand comes down to the side of the ball. We tuck the back left toes, lift the knee, and right arm rises for our easy twist. A lot of strength here in the leg. The right leg is getting a nice lunge. The left leg is fully extended. 1 last inhale. On the exhale, the right arm comes down to the ball. We'll drop that back left knee, untuck the toes, and push the ball away from us, straightening that right leg for our half splits on the other side. Great hamstring stretch here, really getting a nice stretch through the whole lower body. And by including our arms, this really is a full body pose. We'll hold here for 2 more breaths. Last inhale. And on the exhale, we rise, rolling the ball towards us and bringing that right foot back. Excellent. From here, we'll come up to a standing position, coming up onto our feet for our halfway lift. We're going to fold over the ball, bringing our hands down around, grabbing the ball, stretching through the back of the legs. So upper body is relaxed and the lower body is getting a nice deep hamstring stretch. We'll hold here and ragdoll fold for 2 breaths. Take 1 final breath in. On the exhale, bend into the knees, grab the ball and slowly roll up, rising through the spine. Arms reaching all the way up to the heaven, ball extended above your head. Mountain pose. We stand here strong, able. When I'm in this position, I like to imagine the ball as the whole world, that it is completely available to me. We'll hold here for 2 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. On the exhale, we'll do around the world. So we bring the ball all the way around the side, down and back up. We can widen the stance of our feet a little bit here and go round and round. You choose the speed and the intensity of this move. But as we go around, we get wider and wider, really stretching through the whole body. We really feel ourselves heating up here. We'll do one more big circle around. Take your time, and then we'll switch directions. Building up a lot of heat, building up a lot of strength, feeling the energy and the life flowing through us. We'll go around 2 more times. And the last one, we bring the ball down to the ground, resting our forearms down in ragdoll fold. Great warm up there. We'll hold for 2 breaths. Last inhale. On the exhale, we rise, bringing the ball up all the way up overhead again. This time we bring the ball directly in front of us, and we'll add in some twists. So we twist all the way to the left. As we twist to the left, we feel the right heel lift up and we squeeze through the glutes. Then we rotate all the way over to the right. Same thing on the other side. The left heel swivels and lifts. We'll go back and forth. Really squeezing through the legs, squeezing in the core, using the ball as momentum to get deeper into the pose. Seeing how far you can twist. Can you bring the ball completely behind you and allow the yoga ball to make a full circle? Great. Coming back to our breath. We'll go 2 more on each side. Left, right, last one. Left, right, back to center. We'll drop the ball in ragdoll fold. Resting here for 2 breaths. Last inhale. On the exhale, we rise, bringing the ball with us. Now we'll do one of my favorite yoga ball exercises, the slam and catch. What a great way to build up a lot of energy, let go of a lot of aggression. So what we'll do is we'll slam the ball down, catch it, and bring it back up. We're gonna do that 10 times. Here we go. As we slam it down, make sure we bend into the knees, get a nice squat with it as well. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, slam it, 2, last one, nice, and bring the ball down, ragdoll fold, 2 breaths. Last inhale. On the exhale, we rise, bringing the ball with us. We're going to do our final standing pose here. We'll bring our feet a little bit closer, hip width distance apart for our chair pose. Inhale, reach the arms all the way up. Exhale, sink the hips down. Really engaging the glutes and the hamstrings here. The weight of our body is in our heels. We know that because we can wiggle our toes. And we're going to pulse down and rise up 5 times. That was 5. Down. Up is 4. Down. Up is 3. Down. Up is 2. Down. Up is 1. This is our last one. Down and hold it. And up. Beautiful. Drop the ball down. Ragdoll fold to rest. 2 breaths. Last inhale. On the exhale, we rise. Great job. Time to slow things down. We're going to come all the way down to a seated position. That felt amazing. Let's lower all the way down to the ground on our back, and we are going to do our final strength building poses. So as we lay down, we bring the ball back with us and set the ball over our head. This feels great to return to the mat once more. From here, we will do our ball exchange where we pass the ball from our hands to our feet. So inhale, our arms are stretched out overhead. Exhale, we bring the ball all the way up to center. Bringing the feet all the way up to catch it, we pass it to our feet, hands lower down, and our feet slowly lower until the ball taps on the ground. Inhale, legs lift, pass the ball to the hands. Legs lower, hands slowly lower down till the ball taps. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, feet grab. Inhale, arms release. Exhale, legs lower. Inhale, legs come up. Exhale, hands grab. Inhale, legs lower. Exhale, hands lower. Last one. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, pass to the feet. Inhale, arms lower. Exhale, feet lower. Inhale, legs rise. Exhale, pass to the hands. Inhale, legs lower. Exhale, hands set down. Beautiful job. Quite the ab workout there. We're just going to rest here for a few breaths, and we are finished with the yoga ball, so we can allow it to sort of wander off to the side here. So in this final resting pose of Shavasana, we'll start by hugging our knees in towards our chest, giving it a nice squeeze, embracing our knees with our arms, and allowing things to slow down. We'll take a nice deep breath in. And on the exhale, we'll enjoy this pose in stillness or with a gentle sway side to side. Holding here for 2 breaths. Last inhale. On the exhale, we'll hold the bottoms of our feet for happy baby pose. The bottoms of our feet shine up to the sky. We pull our knees down towards the outer edges of our torso. And again, we'll hold this for 2 breaths in stillness or with a sway. Last inhale. On the exhale, we bring our feet together for reclined butterfly pose, holding on to the ankles. We use our elbows to widen our knees and enjoy one final stretch through the root chakra at the base of our spine. Holding here for 2 breaths. Last inhale. And on the exhale, we gently release to our final resting pose of Shavasana. Taking up a lot of space here with our legs and arms fully extended, we find our much deserved rest. We return to our breath, taking a nice deep inhale, feeling our chest rise and our belly fill. And on the exhale, our chest lowers, completely emptying the lungs. Continue in this breathing as we calm down our body, our mind, and our spirit. You are better than you were when you started this journey. You release any despair or discouragement. You are strong. You are capable. You allow the energy to build up inside of you, and you allow it to push you forward, to drive you to your prosperous future. We let go of anything that might be holding us back so that we may move forward. We tap into the root chakra and allow it to energize us from our tailbone all the way up to the crown of our head. We release any doubt or despair, and in its place, we are encouraged. We are driven. We are powerful. we are excited by our future. Yes, I can. That will be our mantra. We'll repeat it 3 times and then enjoy some silence. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. We'll take one final inhale. On the exhale, we'll wiggle our fingers and wiggle our toes as a gentle way to bring our spirit back to the body. We'll roll through the wrists and roll through the ankles. Reaching your hands all the way up overhead, reaching your fingers as far from your toes as you possibly can for your good morning stretch. Feeling the rib cage expand. And when you're ready, you'll slowly roll to one side, resting there, pausing, using your arms as a pillow. We pause before we rise to encourage ourselves. We choose to allow the root chakra to spin faster, to be energized, to have hope, and to trust in the journey. To know that things get better and better and better every day. Take one final breath in. And on the exhale, we'll slowly rise to a seated position using our arms to guide us there. We'll meet in the center of our mat in easy pose with legs crossed and hands at heart center. We'll end the practice with a bow of Namaste. Nice deep breath in. Namaste. Thank you so much, yogis, for joining me in today's practice. I hope you enjoyed using the yoga ball. When in doubt, just bounce it out. And I will see you in the next series, which is the sacral chakra. Until then, God bless.